Hello, this is Roger, Low Vision Product Manager here at HumanWare. In this video, I'm going to review for you the system settings that are available to you through Prodigi. As you can see, I'm currently logged into Prodigi on the screen here, and my blue locator is in the header bar. Now, I can navigate using touchscreen if I'm using a tablet. I am on a PC today, so I have a keyboard and a mouse, but I can also navigate using my keyboard and shortcuts like that. So if I tap my tab key right now, I can move to the magnifier in the middle of my carousel. If I tab again, I will move to my navigation buttons at the bottom, but I can also use my arrow key now, and I'm tapping my right arrow to navigate through my carousel to the settings, which I see my locator in blue around that now. Let's enter that. Here's a list of available settings, and as previously noted, today we're going to cover system settings that are available to you in Prodigi. I'll click on System. The first up in the list is your Wi-Fi setup. Now you do require Wi-Fi in order to download and install Prodigi to make it function. However, you can also make adjustments to it if you need to from within Prodigi. I'll click on this very quickly. This will take you out into the Windows environment where you can see the different Wi-Fis that might be available to you. The second in the list here, you can see I am connected to my aptly named Not Your Network, and I can open up the properties of that, make adjustments there. In the upper left, I can tap my back arrow to return back out. And if I wanted to, even underneath of that, I can see if there are other available networks to which I might like to connect. So again, quick, easy access to your Wi-Fi settings. I'll click the X in the upper right corner and return to my Prodigi system. So second in the list is your Bluetooth setup. Let's tap here. And in this case, it will take you to Windows where you can connect additional Bluetooth devices. You can see down below here that I have a couple of input devices. My Logi mouse is what I'm using right now. It's connected. And my Bluetooth keyboard is not connected presently because I'm using the keyboard on my PC. But if I wanted to, I could just click on Add a Device, make sure that my device is turned on and discoverable, and it's as easy as 1, 2, 3 to go ahead and make those connections. Here again, I'll click in the upper right corner to close out of my Bluetooth settings and come back out. And next up in our list of system settings is the accessibility setup. Here again, we will return to the Windows environment and you will have access to all of the available Windows accessibility settings. I'll scroll the list using the drawbar on the right here so you can see the different available accessibility settings here. So again, you can quickly access your Windows environment. Let's take a look at text size as an example here. And up above, when I click that, you can see there's a preview. Down below, text size is a drawbar that I can move over to the right, and I can see a preview of my text size increasing here. And if I find a size that's comfortable for me, I can go ahead and apply that change. And now I can see that my interface is updated. You see my menu items to the left, and all of my text size is now larger. So again, quick, easy access to your Windows accessibility settings from within Prodigi. I'll click the X in the upper right again to close out of those accessibility settings and return to Prodigi. Next up in our list is a feature lock tool. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up right now by clicking onto it. And you'll see that it is presently turned off. And we only have one application that is presently controllable, or one feature that is presently controllable through a feature lock. So just quickly, if I want to employ this tool, I will click on Prodigi Assistant. It will toggle to a locked position. Eventually, there will be multiple options down here to choose from, so you could mix and match the features that you want to lock. And then at the top of the list, I will go back and click on Feature Lock to turn it on. And as I exit out, I'm going to be asked to create a password, which I'll type in right now. I'll just call mine simply Prodigi Lock. And in the upper right corner is our submit button. It is that airplane looking icon that's throughout Prodigi. We'll submit that. Now, please note, in order for that feature lock to take effect, I do need to close Prodigi and restart it. So there is a restart required to enable the feature lock. However, once it is enabled, if I want to disable it, I can click on feature lock, and I'm always going to be asked about my password in order to go back in there and make adjustments. So I'll go ahead and enter my password, and you'll see that I can access it again, and I can come in and turn all of that off, and I can easily exit back out again. So give that a try if you have the need to lock down the AI settings in Prodigi. Continuing down our list on the right here, I'll use the scroll bar. I'll drag down a little bit here. The next option is software update. Now, you will be prompted as software updates become available for Prodigi. However, if you're ever in doubt, you can come into the system settings, click on software update, and we'll take a look to see if there are any updates available. As you can see, my software is up to date right now, so I'm just going to tap on OK and return back to the system settings. In some instances, the next item is a return to release version of the software. In some instances, we may provide a beta version of the software for testing purposes. And if for some reason you ever need to return to the officially released product, that is what this button will do for you. So right now, I'm not using a beta software, so that will take no effect right now. But bear in mind, if we do give you a beta, you can always return to the officially released product by clicking that button. Next in the list is send crash logs. Now you would be asked about this if a crash occurs. The default is the system is going to ask you, do you want to send crash logs? We would like very much that you always send your crash logs, and you can avoid being asked if you click on always. And in this case, if you select always, which I'm going to change my setting to right now, your crash logs will automatically be sent to us so that we may investigate any problems that you have. And of course, if there is something about Prodigi that precipitated that crash, we'll be able to fix that in our development environment and hopefully get a fix out into the public realm. So I'll leave mine set to always for my crash logs now. The next item is screen magnifiers. So Prodigi can recognize if you're using a screen magnifier, such as Zoom Text or Windows Magnifier, and by default, it is going to ask you, do you want to leave that on or off when you're using Prodigi? Many folks find that having a screen magnifier in use on top of Prodigi amplifies the magnification to a point where it basically becomes useless. So again, we will prompt you with, hey, do you want to use it or not? And you'll be able to turn it off at that point. However, if you want Prodigi to automatically turn off your magnifier anytime you enter Prodigi, just select off. And in this case, you will not be asked. Prodigi will just shut it down, and you can restart your magnifier when you exit out of Prodigi. The other option is, again, it won't ask you, but you can leave your magnifier on at all times whenever you're using Prodigi, and that's what the check mark on the on selection means. I'm going to leave mine on ask. So if I were using a screen magnifier later, I'm going to be prompted, what do I want to do about that when I'm using Prodigi? Next is an option that is asked during the installation of the software, and that is, do you want to opt in to share some basic usage data? It's basically information about your operating system, so Windows 11, what type of memory you have, what type of RAM, and those types of things. And this will allow you to share that information anonymously with us so that we can understand the types of systems that are being used with Prodigi and continue to develop in appropriate ways for each of those systems that are out there. If you want to read more about it, you can always click on details down here. This will open up a written description of what the data opt-in is.
We'd like you to share optional diagnostic and usage data. It's how we will continue to improve. None of this data includes your name, file contents, images.
I'll pause that. You'll see that a toolbar appeared here to read this aloud to me. I can zoom in and zoom out. So this is basically our reading toolbar down here. You can learn more about that in other videos. But again, we can give you some details about what you're opting into with that. Again, would like for everyone to select yes, but it is your option. I'll tap back in the upper left. And the last setting here is the ability to restore all of your default settings. So let's say that over time you've made a lot of changes to settings, or someone has used your system and maybe they have implemented some settings that you don't like. You can come and click on Restore Default Settings, and it will take you back to basically what the settings were when you installed the software. It will not remove any files, and it will not change any of your downloaded voices, but it will change other settings that you may have adjusted. I'll click yes here, And here you see that it's restoring and updating my OCR samples and so forth. And my default settings have been restored, and you can tell that they have because now my locator box, if you'll see it around the word OK there, is in red, not blue, and blue is one of the settings that I had changed. So you can see that it has changed, and now we return to our carousel here, and you can see that red locator around magnifier now. So I'm going to hit my left arrow here just to highlight something for you. We would like you to visit the help application, and the third item in the list is feedback. Please, whenever you can, come in here and click on feedback. It will open an online form and tell us how you're doing with Prodigy, what you'd like to see, what you like, what you don't like, and those sorts of things. Actually, the feedback form can be used for any HumanWare product. So let us know how we're doing. It's the only way we can continue to improve our products to meet your low vision needs. Thanks for watching.